rivalry almost as old as the sport itself. Two teams that when the history books are referenced, their names populate virtually every page. Winged helmets, golden domes, and as always, when these two match up, legacy is on the line. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Barrett. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air, it's Mendoza. Pocket breaking down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Here's a return from midfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air. It's Underwood. Quickly to the tight end. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Lining up to convert third down. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Wide open downfield. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Got it behind the line. It's Morgan. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Michigan. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Trying to make magic with his feet. Oh, he's got some space. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Now, he does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
Big noise in the big house with his huge third down play. Now improvising. He's going to run it. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for the season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Going over the top. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. In this rivalry, you could just about write the history of the game. Rockney and Fielding Yost, Schembechler and Holtz, the Rocket and Desmond Howard. So many great moments in this rivalry, which has been played since the 1800s.
So many.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
They booted away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll test the right side. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing.
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come-to-Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God in this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
for this drive will come from the 46. Running to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. To the air, it's Mendoza. Here's a heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Man, it's really nice as a defense to force 3rd and long, where you can bring in the nickel, Jesse, and you can play zone coverage with those zone eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah, as a quarterback, too, you got to know with that extra DB out there, your timing better be good and you better be accurate, because if you're not, they've got ball hawks in the back end, and that errant throw gets picked.
To the air on 1st down. Bring in the heat. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Breaks into the open. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolverine. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when you kicked it in gear. Got the long touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. LSU is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Bayou Bengals have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Find some fresh air. Got enough for the first. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Well, that's a really good-looking physical run. I'll tell you, when you think of Notre Dame football, too, you think of all the great coaches they've had, Ara Parseghian, Newt Rockne, Lou Holtz. Those guys would love what they're seeing right now. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, wearing the defense down, running the football when they know you're going to do it. This is Notre Dame football to a T. Beautiful.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Nice move there. They bring him down, and that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. He's going for it all. Makes the grab deep. Off and running. At the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Barres. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Snap to the back. fights off a defender. There he goes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Parker. And this wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll break out the wildcat to try to move the chains. Direct snap. Finding an escape route. Flying out to the left. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Fakes to grab. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
Going to swing it on second down. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Quarterback making checks. They'll throw on third and short. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Picked up a few on that one. There's no logical reason these two shouldn't play every year. The proximity, both powerhouses, but squabbles get in the way from time to time, guys.
They sure do, and I think Notre Dame being an independent always makes things tricky and difficult, but at the same time, they're always playing USC every year, David. I'd love to see them schedule Michigan each and every season.
And just make it happen. We've lost so many rivalries in sports because of money, because of conference realignment. We don't need to lose another.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Throwing right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
A strike downfield. Turns it on down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Virginia. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Irish send out the punt unit. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. One more snap coming before halftime. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll start the third quarter with the run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Wants to go up top. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Might be calling a hot route. On third down, he drops to throw. Got a man. It's Jacobs. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
The Wolverines will call on their punt team. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here come the Irish back on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Makes the catch. It's Norton. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Here comes the heat. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
5 finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason.
Turning it on! They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Got room to work. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Irish. And here they come, almost all the way back.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. At the 35, he's got goal. Here he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The maize and blue asserting itself as they stretch this lead against the Irish.
Go Blue knew coming into this one they had to score and score early. Right now, they are playing with so much energy.
Yeah, they got the offense rolling. They got the momentum going. Notre Dame's going to have to do something quickly to change that.
He'll bring it out. It's Barrett. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back has it. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. Big run from deep in his own end, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Rides the back. He's going to keep it. At the 35, he's open. Speeding down the left side. The 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. What a move to get home for the sack. When the Irish get to the quarterback, sometimes you think Rudy, but this time you think a dude.
A dude. And listen, the more guys you get like this that can put his hand in the dirt and go get the quarterback, the easier it becomes to call defense. That guy is an absolute stud.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Shakes off the defender. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line are going to have to do a lot better job, giving them some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give them a different look. Direct snap. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Makes the grab. It's Marshall. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Jacobs. Turns it on in midfield. Sprinting away. Touchdown Wolverine. And they take it in for 6 more points. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. He'll take it himself.
Well, trailing late in the game right now, the offense obviously needs better plays than that. They took a negative play, but at least the good news is they got out of bounds, so they're able to stop the clock. They've got to dial something up here that's going to get a big play.
Finding open areas. Turning on the Jets. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Parker. Running into the open space. Got enough for the first down. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Keeps it. Breaks the tackle. And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the Wildcat.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Runs through the tackle. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the 4th quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So again, they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Making side adjustments here. To throw, it's Underwood. It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Got a man. It's Marshall. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Wolverines want to move quickly. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Really nice execution by this offense. This is the time, right? Late in the football game, got to get a few first downs to preserve this lead, to get out of here with the W. They trust their quarterback. They protect him. They get the first down.
And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there. And still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it. Get it to your running back and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. It's a reverse. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Wolverines come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Got his man quickly. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The give and tick, 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 tick. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Morgan. Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. The offense changing the play. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. On the run, still looking. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. can sense they know how important